We're back on TYT Sports with some news. This guy.
Breaking news.
Francis, how do you want to break them the news?
I'm sure they've already seen it in the title. And
What's
they probably
the title?
have thought the worst of the worst.
The title is like, soccer player does something crazy. And you're the soccer player. Francis is going to be making a move to New York City, staying on board with the Young Turks. So the Facebook original videos have been discussed that you've seen for the main platform's Facebook page of the Young Turks, as well as, of course, TYT Sports. And then what else are you doing?
So now I'm just hanging out.
I don't really care about you.
Sampling the culture, hanging out. I'm going to be doing some more stuff with Sean King. I'm going to be doing some whatever I can get my teeth into, really, in New York.
But what are you going to be doing
big
for?
teeth, though,
Yeah, I got nice teeth.
Sports.
Sports stuff is the sports stuff is going to continue. So that's just to clarify. Like, you're not going to be left with the two Yanks talking soccer without some sane man in the middle.
I think everyone watching this clip literally jumped out of their chair and did a backflip.
Yeah, they had
after
to.
hearing that.
Because they had to make sure. I know that you're probably being sarcastic, but the guy that just broke his leg doing the backflip probably did it.
Factual.
So yeah, I mean it's a decision that that is made through both personal situations and just an aspiration to go to a city that I've never lived before and try to see if I can take the company to a next level, and just my ambition drive me out. But I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not sad. It's been 3 years in this studio. Well, not this studio. We've been around, Jason, as well. From when Rick left, I never got to host with Rick before.
What about
but
the tree?
We shot all of our stuff at the tree from the World Cup fiasco, where we missed, I believe, one game.
We recapped every game.
We recapped every game?
Except for we missed
Except for
like
one.
Costa Rica versus Peru, and people were like,
What about the Costa Rica recap?
seriously, dude, there's like group stages. We've done like 68 recaps, and they're like, oh, wow, slacking.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so like it's not the type of ceremony for like a highlight reel of all our best bits, because we're still going to be doing clips and stuff like that, and I'm not parting ways, and I might be back in LA in more than a year and a year and a half. This isn't permanent. It's just I'm moving
we don't
temporarily.
need you.
I'm moving temporarily out of New York. So if you see me filming from a home space, you probably won't even notice nor care, because we shot clips from behind a tree and no one really noticed that we moved into a studio.
They've never cared.
Where was the tree?
It was outside, so when you go
Literally
outside,
used
just to the right.
shoot locked out.
Oh, right. You kept locked out.
There's like a dumpster in the background
Yeah,
too.
it was good. And then one time
There's a
we
dumpster.
did notice
It's a
some people,
friendly gate.
we won't name names, but try to jump over the fence for a
And
shop
shit.
Name
shop
them.
exit.
We can't name names.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
And I'm not joking. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting journey. I mean, I'm a confident, straight shooting guy, and I will rarely admit when I'm sad, but I'm definitely going to be sad to leave the studio. And here comes the sentimental bit. Sad to leave Jason. I know you just came in, Rick, and I appreciate that, but sad to leave. We've been hosting clips together for 2.5 years.
We've done this for 2.5, 3 years.
In all seriousness, like when I left the company, it was obviously, some people cried. But like, when I left, it was difficult. But what I was very, very proud of was not only the progress we made with the channel, but also that I entrusted Jason to also make the right decisions, to bring on the right people. And anyone who's a friend of Jason's is a friend of mine. And your contributions that I saw when I was in Chicago working for a different company, but also keeping track of what occurred with TYT Sports. Because again, everyone, once you become a part of it, it's your baby. And from what I saw with Jason building it, you coming on, there was a trusted voice and a chemistry that I'm sure Jason and I are going to have. But it's something it's not going to be replaced. We're just going to try to continue on, because what you guys have done respectively for this channel, for the audience, catering to their needs, hitting them up on Twitter, them hitting you up, the camaraderie that you guys developed, especially with Francis, with a lot of the clips with a lot of the perspective that he brought on a lot of clips, it's irreplaceable. So what you've done, I'm thanking you personally for continuing on with what I thought was good groundwork, but what could be improved, and you improved it. So I am eternally grateful for you and what you've done for us at TYT Sports.
Very kind words. I agree with all
But
those.
like, to end on a good note, like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So let's see, February 17th, 2016, March 12th, 2016. August 23rd. I have the dates like written down, like 23rd.
Are you throwing out Powerball numbers?
No. The actual dates, and then in 2017 there was like 4 of them. Most recently, like June 5th. You said you'd get lunch, but then you backtracked on them, and that's like 7 lunches.
Well, you know,
we're supposed to get.
You know, as soon as you
one
get,
of those is a real date. The others are totally made up. But like June 5th,
I kid you not. Jason Rubin wrote down a date when I said I was going to get lunch, and I did it.
Well, there's
one
a
day.
whole clip on it. It's important to watch because you don't go for lunch. On the serious note, yeah, Rick got me the gig 3.5 years. Is it 3.5 years ago? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, a long time.
Right out of school, people always talk to us on Twitter and Instagram, being like, "How do you do this? How do you make this your living?" And you work for it. And that's truthfully, people say it's like hard work pays off, but it's, you have to make it your everyday life. It's not a 40-hour-a-week job. It's a 24/7 job, and a lot of people aren't prepared for that. But there's a certain drive that comes with that, and Francis's drive and ambition since he's been here has extended outside of just sports across the entire network. He's taken over different platforms on his own, through his own doing.
Taking pride in your appearance and dressing and hearing it from real people is the main message that you want to get across to you guys.
What is something Americans will never understand?
You know, but I think we should just go out and get mad with it instead of sitting here and doing this, you know what I mean?
He's been able to reach out and connect with not just sports personalities, but news personalities through so much constant hammering at wanting to get better at this job. And when he first came here, if I'm correct, he applied to be a marketing guy?
Social media marketing.
Social media and marketing.
Holy shit.
And the
Social media
story
marketing.
as it goes is somebody who's not with us anymore calls me and says, hey, he's not qualified to do social
Big
media
time.
and marketing, but he plays soccer. Do you need a soccer guy? I was like, I know nothing. Like the World Cup's in a month and I need to beat John's, at that point, TYT University channel. And Francis shows up. I get video footage sent to me with Francis going over the U.S. men's national team starting 11. He printed out pictures to show
It was a picture.
the camera from like, but you couldn't see the picture because he's holding up a picture from like 15 feet away.
Yeah.
I created graphics when graphics weren't there.
Exactly.
Good morning, my name is Francis Maxwell, tuning in with TYTSports. Thanks to Huntington Sports for their quote. I'm Francis Maxwell.
But he came in and we were able to, eventually Francis was part of the reason that I jumped on camera because he said, just talking from behind the mic, you're not doing it on the desk, come on the desk and shoot the shit. And obviously it led to 2.5 years of doing this every single day, which is amazing.
Welcome to the TYT What If FIFA Sports Challenge. But it's going to be amazing, and we are going to play it very soon. So who do you guys will think? Who do you? Let me take it back. Grandois?
Yes.
Have you been eating a dictionary? Yo, can you stop with the humour in the studio booth? I can hear you guys laughing all the time, and it's not funny. Jacory, I'm talking directly to you.
Hey, you know what? I need to get rich, so can I shove a coal up your butt and then get a diamond out of there?
So obviously the best of luck. Obviously you're gonna do amazing things in New York City. It's partially my home, so I'm jealous to a certain extent because you get to eat better food than we have here. You also get to suffer through winter, which is shit, but at least you'll get to understand.
He'll get to experience.
If I've prepared you for anything, my unbearable self-loathing about my sports teams, now you'll just be in a group of people who will just yell at you about how
Right. You're
bad
going to be
their
surrounded by
teams are.
millions of Jason Rubin.
Millions of pessimistic people.
But the pumping aside, go fuck yourself.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's the best way to finish it up. Yeah, it's and I'll also to clarify if you've tuned in halfway through, because some people like to do that and you just skip forward. I'm still going to be shooting videos. I'm still going to be
are you?
commenting on the mighty
Why are we saying anything?
Yeah, seriously.
Champions League.
Yeah, so actually that's important. So the Champions League coverage, Francis will still be doing Tuesdays and Wednesdays. He's actually going to be It's actually probably more convenient because it's at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
it's easier timing for me.
Not right in the middle of our day.
Yeah.
Champions League games end like 1 o'clock. We're like, there's only everything else to do.
Right.
Champions League, and not just Champions League. If there's things that pop up on Saturdays or Sundays when it comes to Premier League footage, World Cup. Obviously, next year's World Cup, you'll have your say. And then any events that take place in New York, UFC or boxing fights at the Garden, Barclays Center. For where the Nets play, if you want to go see I believe the Islanders play in hockey. Michael Schur will take you to a Rangers game.
He would love that.
But there'll be continued coverage, and of course, as you were saying before, more stuff with Sean King, who's a part of the main network or the main show, and not just that. I've heard there's a lot of projects in the pipeline. So,
there's a bunch of stuff. That's
I want to make
done.
one last quick note. I was asked 2 days ago if this type of pastry would be something that Francis would like. And I said yes, even though I don't know I like that pastry. So if that means anything, they didn't go with that flavored pastry.
It's
and
like
I'm a little upset that I obviously would know what pastry I like the most and would lie about it so I could eat that pastry.
See that, and that, Jason, you could have you made a perfect comment towards the One Tree Hill quote that I'm going to end with. I'm obviously going to bring One Tree Hill in again to the conversation where they ask Haley what Nathan's favorite ice cream is, and she says Rocky Road, but then she finds out that that's not his favorite ice cream. He just got it because she liked it.
Oh.
So if the pastry is probably the one you chose that you liked, I would have chosen it just because you liked it, Jason.
Dan chose, and he's probably right.
All right, probably. Dan's really wrong. So yeah, it's not goodbye. It is see you later, if I steal the word from the Geordies. So yeah, I'll be keeping content coming. You can check out everything to what I'm going to be up to. It really won't be much different. Like the only thing that I won't be driving, which is great because I hate driving, especially in LA. I'll be cold and I'll be more at home in Scotland, and I will
be closer to home.
I'll be able to make more trips home, and I will be attending.
How long is the flight now?
6 hours. Same distance from here to California as from New York to Scotland.
12 hours. It's tough.
Yeah, it's crazy. I will be going to the New York Celtic Supporters Club. If I was going this weekend, yeah, there's a big one. If I was going this weekend, I would have been at the Celtic Rangers game, which is going to be screened, and I would have loved to watch that.
You can go to the Knicks support group. It's also called AA, and there's a lot of them around the city.
Wow.
Which is pretty funny. But in all honesty, thanks for all the kind words. You guys are top blokes, and I'm sure we'll arrange some Skypes as well so that they can get the three-way duo.
Of course.
Of inappropriate jokes, and then some
pirate jokes.
Some decent sporting knowledge with this guy in the middle.
Sporting knowledge.
Earl Grey.
So bad.
Last time.
That was so bad.
Comment below.
Hey, Francis.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for briefly. I just want to say thank you for opening my eyes to the sport of soccer, because before you came into my life, I pretty much thought soccer was just about as useless as the metric system going out in the 70s. And right around the time the World Cup was playing and you were around, I watched a few of the World Cup games.
I remember that, yeah.
And I just okay, I get it. I totally get it. And I just want to thank you for that, brother.
You're the man, Bartman. It's going to be, I mean, in all honestness, these two are sitting here, but I'm going to miss everyone else aside from these two sitting in the studio, like everyone behind it.
That's fair.
Like Jacori, who's probably not filming at this point because he likes to stroll in 10 minutes afterwards and come in 3 clips in. But usually, yeah, Jacori.
Wow.
Jabari,
who actually volunteered himself to come to New York and just said, it wasn't a volunteer, he's like, just take me with you. We'll pretend you took me hostage and then I can't come back.
Very important note, this one got 34 likes in the comment section. It's on the Neymar clip. Francis is dressed like a porn movie director.
What one's that? What am I wearing?
Francis auditioning for Man from U.N.C.L.E. or 90s boy band. It's you wearing the biker jacket.
Let me see.
Oh,
the biker jacket?
Like go back up. Oh, I like that, man. Man from U.N.C.L.E. or a 90s boy band. I mean, I told you Man from U.N.C.L.E. is what I like. That's my style. I like that one. Peaky Blinders as well.
I mean, your style has really
changed.
It's evolved.
It's evolved
for the best.
You think so? You think I was too heavy with the bow ties early on?
Not just the bow, the hair.
The hair was out of control.
It was very shiny.
It was out of control. Like I was going through logging clips because we're doing work. spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and log clips.
people
I was
don't
like,
know
what
that we
the
do that.
fuck was Francis wearing? Like the hair was just so heavy on one side and so short on the other,
Yeah.
or they would just be lopsided.
Yeah,
the bow ties were there. I thought you looked like Little American Doll, whatever it's called. What do you call it?
Captain, what? The,
Not Captain America.
no,
you douche.
the America, what's that? America Fuck Yeah movie?
What's the name of the doll? That was it? Just a Little American Doll? Yeah, so that's the most American you ever looked.
No, I've definitely evolved for
Like
the better.
seeing the vests and the bow ties and just you look super young too.
Yeah, I've definitely grown. I think I learned.
Why
that
are they $138
for what?
an American Girl doll?
Oh, really? Wow. Interesting.
They're $115 for a doll.
Wow.
But why not when you could have life size?
Yeah, you could have one right here. Yeah, it's the styles evolved.
The style's really evolved. Who did that?
I did. I was always experimenting. That's a big thing about style that I always said, even
Ben
when I
Mank
started
had some
that
influence
show.
on that one.
Yeah, I just think it was a little crazy at times, but sometimes you got to be a little crazy before
Ben
you.
rolls up his jacket sleeves now.
I think the biggest thing I've done is I've done some cool things that I think are cool, but I've definitely influenced style. I've definitely seen a difference in style. Some cuff pants have happened. J.R. Jackson took a kilt from me yesterday. That's
Did you?
one.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah, it was good. I decided to pose in it before I gave it back to him, but he says he's going to wear it this weekend. I think that's amazing. That is
agree.
what it's all
I
about.
want to see JR. I just want to see the reaction.
It's going to be badass.
That'll be great.
All right,
All
but thanks everyone. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when I do a Champions League clip.
Bum, 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 bum.